Mortal Kombat fans, let me ask you a question. What could Ghostface, Noob Saibot, Ironheart, gender-flipped Cyrax, Arnold Schwarzenegger, again, and the Terminator, again, what could they possibly do to save Mortal Kombat 1 that Omni-Man, Quan Chi, Peacemaker, Ermac, Homelander, and Takeda couldn't do? Cause I don't know about you, but this Kombat Pack 2 just ain't hitting the G-spot, you know what I'm saying? First off, Ghostface, you're about 9 years too f***ing late. NetherRealm missed their chance to plop you into that game. The better game. So they decided to drop you off here with the rest of the failures. And I'm sorry, no DC characters. I don't have a big issue with that, but we got Ghostface over Deathstroke? I couldn't believe it. People in your comment section couldn't believe it. Not to call out a friend of mine, but listen to this dumb stuff that she said. I knew you would say Deathstroke, but what would his playstyle be? Guns and swords. That sounds pretty boring, not gonna lie. This is the same woman who meat rides MKX, by the way. The same game that was just a bunch of guns and swords. Saying you think Deathstroke would be boring to play, but then also wanting to see Deadpool in the game just makes no sense to me. Even if you want to go all the way back to when the two characters were made. Deadpool was literally made as a ripoff of Deathstroke. I thought this was common knowledge. Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson. And both of them are mercenaries. Now let's talk about the two old bastards that managed to sneak their way into this game. No need to forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm willing to bet that the remaining players of Mortal Kombat 1 are young enough to have not grown up with characters such as the T-1000 and Conan the Barbarian. I am 23 years old, thriving, and I only just watched Terminator 2 this year. And as for Conan the Barbarian, never seen it, probably never will. It just seems like whoever runs the DLC and added content, paid content to this game, it just looks like they're living in the past. Like they're some old head, like somebody in their late 30s or 40s. And I know it's probably Ed Boon. I mean, come on, he put Jean-Claude Van Damme in the game. I just got another text from my friend while I'm recording this, by the way. She said, yeah, and that's one of the reasons why MK11 is so bland and boring. With Ghostface, you could do lots of things from the moves. Huh? That's not even proper English. What the hell can Ghostface do that Deathstroke couldn't do 1,000 times better? More efficiently, more saucy looking, less messy. It's people like this, I'm sorry, that defend this game without proper reasoning. No shade to my friend, that was just insanely stupid what you said just now. There are so many brutal characters of today that they could have went with. Just about every single character from The Boys. Many characters from DC. Me personally, I think Billy Butcher would have been the perfect fit, and I'm talking about Butcher before the tumor. I was even thinking that he'd be another character that didn't need to rely on a cameo. Like he could pull a baby out of his coat to shoot lasers out of its eyes. Either that, or he unlocks moveset 2 by popping some temp V and unlocking powers for a couple of seconds to extend his combos. If I could think of stuff like this, why can't you, MK? Does it not sound dope? It do. I would have paid for that. And I am well aware that the T-1000 is by far the best Terminator besides Arnold himself, but did we really need another one? No, I don't think so. These are the same people that denied bringing back Kratos because they said that people wouldn't want to see a previous DLC character return, even though in today's day and age, his moveset, hell, his cameo would be completely different. Could you imagine having little young Atreus jump off of Kratos' back like Ferrator? It would work. Even the lines he would say, bro, the voice actor would be different from the last one. Nearly as if it's a completely different person, which is crazy because they had no problem repackaging Shang Tsung. Bro was pre-ordered DLC in this game and the last one. But instead, they gave us another Terminator in back-to-back games. And Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing a different costume. Now, I'll admit, I do not know much about this character at all, so I don't feel as if I have the right to speak on it so much, but from what I have seen, I feel like they're gonna base his moveset off of Kotal Khan's. But only time will tell, so we gon' see. I mean, I might not actually. Did you see the price for this DLC? I live in Australia. so the price was always gonna be hefty, but $91 for this piece of shit. Bro, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is cheaper than this. And it's literally half the price for 36 gigabytes of extra content. MK, you have lost your damn mind. Noob Saibot is the only one in this trailer that actually pleased me, but not too much now. No nuts have been busted, but he looked kinda dope. I'm not the biggest fan of his design, but I'm glad to see him regardless. I just don't like how they put him in a story DLC. I feel as if they should have saved that transformation for the next one, especially since I probably ain't gonna buy this damn DLC. You know what? I won't say that I won't, but if one of y'all want me to play it, you can donate me the bread to do so. Click the Help a Brother Out feature in my description if you want to. Now let's talk about the elephants in the room. Sector and Cyrax. Why gender flip them now when the original versions of them are in the game as cameos? Are cameos not canon anymore? Bet. Remove them from the game. Better yet, just have an option that we can toggle on or off so we can fight without them. Then rework the game, buff each character to be able to hold their own without needing to press R1 every couple of seconds. You do that, and a third of this game's problems will be fixed. These two do not look like robots anymore. We can see their faces beneath the helmets, so it seems like the Cyberlink Quay storyline probably ain't about to happen. But instead, they gave us a Wakandan Ironheart.
My will is unbreakable.
And they said we'd never get Marvel characters. She right here. By the way, where the hell is Raiden's sister? They talk about her often enough in the game, saying that she can fight? Put her in the game instead. We don't need Ghostface. We don't need Conan the Barbarian. Who's she gonna be, huh? Fujina? I'm sure her presence would be delightful. Every time there's been a leak about this game, it's been correct. Of course, besides Deathstroke, Doomslayer, and Harley Quinn, but besides that, all we've heard about the story and DLC have come true. It's insane. Why are y'all not careful with your data? Madness. But it's not as insane as some of y'all's reactions to this trailer. Like one overreacting man in particular.
Oh baby, here we go, here we go. The era of peace was never meant to last. On September 24th, chaos reigns.
Bro, the floor is wet and you haven't even pressed play. Calm down. I understand being excited, but glazing it this hard before you've even seen it is wild. I understand that Caboose most likely did grow up with these characters, so I can understand the hype, but at least watch it first. Damn, we know you don't behave like this in real life. It's okay to be genuine. I promise, people will respect you more.
Hit the thumbs up button if you're hyped.
No. The animalities that they're adding looked cool, and guess what? You don't have to pay for them this time. We should have never needed to pay for fatalities in the first place, so I'm not gonna congratulate them on something that they should have been doing anyway. I'm looking at you, single mother, 3 kids, 4 baby daddies. Stop congratulating little Aiden for brushing his teeth. Little stanky mouth was supposed to be doing that stuff anyway. But good for them for seeing the light a little bit, even if it took them over a year. But this left a question. What the hell is Reptile gonna turn into? My guess is either a mini reptile or Godzilla. Now this trailer didn't only show off a bunch of lackluster DLC characters. No. They showed off the next part of the story that was teased at the end of MK1. Now, if you showed me this a year ago, I might have been hyped a little bit, but with what I know now about the state of the story, I'm not excited for that thing either. I am not a fan of how they introduced a multiverse into this game. Out of all the universes, y'all couldn't keep that oversaturated trash out of this one. I also don't understand how Havoc would be a problem for this version of Liu Kang. I just don't see it, and neither does Kenshi. You don't see a goddamn thing. If you got all excited when you saw this trailer, Caboose, please try to convince me to be, because I truly do not feel it, and that is on God. Drop a like for me and share this video if you happen to agree with me on anything. And if you too think that the Kombat Pack should have contained different characters, as well as who you were hoping would be included but didn't make the cut, and I'll be seeing you. Take care and peace.
Baby, let me see some. Okay, too bad. Bitches, going both ways. Woo. She gon' do it for these bands. She make it clap like how I do both of my hands. Fuck it up, stick it up.